We're live now. Officially. Immediately. Hey. Sup? We're doing a live stream today. Just normal one. Look at me. I'm being relatively... Well, just here. Surrounded by bottles. Excuse me. All that. But the topic of the evening is my car. And not the fact I'm not feeling too great. That's about it. How do I do this next part? Oh yeah, I remember. Greetings. My name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Mental Musings. Hello. Welcome. I almost forgot to use this. It's very important. Hey, sup? Zenbood, sup? Kathy Huey, sup? We're here because we're here. Because we're here. Because we're here. That is the thought process for the evening. Where I have to go be like a human adult person with money and finances and dealing with other people who I feel like are trying to scam me. It's going to be great. For those who don't know, my car has been steadily going downhill for the past, we'll say 6 months or so. The engine almost went kaput completely a while ago. After that, there's been numerous repairs costing thousands of dollars. And we're finally at the point where it's done. Like, I cannot afford the cost of repairing it, and the cost of repairing it is more than the car's value. The car is telling me in every single way, it's time. It's over. Thank you. It wasn't on my side of the wall. From like a yellow engine light being the transmission, a while ago, the muffler fell off of it. I had to buy a new one that was $800. What else? Oh, something else is broken. There's so many pieces of it that are just falling apart and breaking. And today, like the final little like that feeling was I got in my car and it said right on the dash, get oil change soon. So it's hit every little thing it can to tell me it needs to go. It needs to be put out to pasture. Yeah, that being funny because the car's name is Bessie. The name of the car, by the way, I don't name cars. I have a name for a car I might have. We're talking about tomorrow. We're trying to combine the good and the bad. The bad is I have to deal with all this garbage. Like the societal crap we have somehow put ourselves in just to get a new vehicle. Just the name car salesman gives everyone a certain feeling, and it's not a good one. It's not, oh man, I get to talk to a car salesman. It's like, no, I'm going to go talk to a car salesman who's going to try to dick me over. That's what car salesmen's, that I feel. And I've only had to deal with them a couple times. One that sticks out to me is when I drove somewhere at a dealership of some sort, and some guy's walking by. It's like, hey, I'll give you blah, blah, blah for your car. It's like, chill, man. I'm just here, like, to pick up my mom. You know, it's like, go away. And what's worse is I'm blunt. Like, if I'm dealing with cars and sales and anything like this, I like to be as direct as possible because I'm tired and I don't want to deal with bullshit. And in this case, I immediately told the guys, like, here's the plan. I'm going to bring my car over there. We're going to do a, what's it called when you trade in? Like, trade in my car and get onto the finances. And I'm going to leave with that car. I'm going to leave with the car that's up there that I want. Done. I want it to be that simple. I want it to be smooth and where I don't feel like I'm getting dicked over, which is the hard part. Because car salesman, as I said, I'm not going to feel good talking to this complete stranger about a huge financial decision I'm having to make. And matter of fact, another thing I've had to do, which just makes this all one step further more annoying, is I have to unfreeze my credit line. Have you ever done that? Well, other fun stuff is that my insurance, not my insurance, my Beto. Rhode Island recently got attacked, cyber attack, whatever you want to call it, and a lot of information was stolen. Like for people like me who are on the SSDI, get food stamps, easy to call that. All these people who are in my situation, not really financially great, got a lot of information stolen, and I got the notice not long ago saying I was one of those people. Fun. Yeah, so I put my credit under a freeze, and it's under a scam watch type thing, so I have unfrozen it temporarily, and because I know they're going to check, they have to go poking around. My credit is good, I know that, and I'm pretty sure car dealerships want to get you locked in for as long as possible. They're not seriously concerned about if you can pay it. They're more concerned about getting you stuck into this payment plan that you now have to pay for the next 5 years. That kind of thing. Good. Bessie, we hard than you. Hanging AZ. That's right, you don't. Schwelcome. Oh, I didn't give you guys your entrance. Here you go. 1, 2. And Hanging AZ is for you. And here we go. First one was Zen Boot. Second one, Kathy Huey. It's so we're clear. I'd really like to be chipper and upbeat and all that, but I barely even decided to do this stream. And I also didn't want to play a game. Like, usually I'll just do a gaming stream, and that's it. But not tonight. I couldn't even do something simple like that. I'm just feeling rough. And I have to think about the way we are about inanimate objects. Like, it's just a car. I've had it for 17 years. And everything about it is in my head. Like, all the times I've driven places and gotten into difficult situations with the car, all of those are mine, and I have nothing to actually do with just the chunk of metal and wheels that it is. And yet I get to feel like this for having to end this ownership. I keep relating it to like when you have to put a pet down, which is a bad feeling. I know that's a bad feeling because it's, it's at the end. It's just suffering at this point. And in this case, it's not so much suffering. It's that I can't repair it at all. Transmission repairs would have been something like $3,000. And that's not including the other repair it had to do, which would have been a part that would have cost about $700. So I'm bringing this car up there knowing they're going to screw me over as much as possible with the trade-in. They're going to be like, here's $10, There you go. I had pizza tonight. That was kind of nice. Pizza and beer. So how are you guys doing? It's like, my truck was called El Trucko. My Tiguan's I call Hans. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, Bessie came from just me saying that when I was in a stressful spot. Like if my car was... We had to go up a hill or some such nonsense, and it felt a little bit of... Specifically, there was an incident where I was coming back from Irene Tan's store. We had a lovely little whiskey tasting, and it had started to rain / sleet, snow stuff. So the road hadn't been paved at all, and this stuff came down and just turned to ice on the road. And suddenly I found myself going, "Up, yeah, well, Bessie, come on, Bessie." That's what I always say. Come on, Bessie. In that situation, trying to go up the hill on the ice, feeling my car starting to slip backwards, and saying, "Come on, Bessie," and finally getting forward and going up the hill with cars behind me. By the way, if my car had started sliding backwards, it would have hit someone behind me. It didn't. Homemade hot pastrami and Swiss on rye with kraut. Jesus Christ, Kathy, what are you doing to me? I feel like I need to mess with the lighting still. I feel like I'm too dark. This won't help. It's too bright. That's all right. Another little behind the scene thing people don't think about when you're trying to do live streams and videos. It's like, get the lighting right. It's hard. Mostly because of the, like, what's available. I have lighting right above me, but overhead lighting is not great for this sort of thing. This puts a shadow. Thank you, Kathy. You look great. Lies. So thank you all for being here, first of all. Thank you for anyone who has donated to the past and hopefully into the future to keep this as positive a place as it can be. And the reason I'm doing this tonight, as many of you know, the channel is loosely based on mental health, and I'm having a rough time, as always, but worse now. And capturing these little moments is not something. It's not something I don't like to do. Like, the reason this came to mind was I could have done a gaming stream. I could have just kind of thrown together some sort of. I have that Athletic Brewing Company non-alcoholic beer that I could try, but not with the way I'm feeling right now. So the hope is, if you want to call it hopeful, this car situation gets completed easily. Me and my family are gonna have to like shift hard on how to fit this now monthly expense into everything else. Honestly, I don't know, Zenboot. I can check. Don't go anywhere. My fridge is right there. I almost dropped one of them. We have Witt's Peak, which I'm told is like freaking Blue Moon, supposedly. And then Upside Dawn, which is a golden ale, apparently. Spent whiskey money on a cordless Ryobi leaf blower. My old cord one almost shocked me and then crapped the bed. Oh, well, that's exciting. So these are the two I have. They seem pretty tame. But there's also the possibility that those are not actually drinkable because they had been on the back porch in sub-freezing temperatures. So not great. NA beers, yes. That one. These are the ones that have been mentioned before. The Athletic Brewing Co. Some people told me from the very start, as soon as they found out I was taking a hiatus from alcohol, that one was recommended. And I still haven't tried it. It's been like, how many days now? How many days? Let's find out. Let's put a positive spin on everything, is by keeping track of 163 days since I had a serious drink of anything. I've certainly tasted plenty of things and non-alcoholic beers and all that. Because of you, beer is a staple in the beer fridge now. Hey! Tom Holland must be very pleased. I'm glad you enjoy it, you know? I'm fortunate that I, am in a situation now where I'm not drinking. There are plenty of options to make one not feel so left out. I'm still a little bit with some of the non-alcoholic alternatives, obviously, the stuff that's pretending to be something for a mixed drink, but I don't think of it as... I don't think of most of those as like a whiskey replacement. All it really is, technically, is an ingredient for a mocktail. So that's it. It can't. It's just something to flavor things more than anything. Being any kind of alcoholic thing at all, really. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. I'm thinking of baking and that kind of thing. I don't know if this example works, but it seems like it does in my head, so I was sorry if this doesn't make any sense. But let's say you love chocolate chip cookies. Love them. Have them all the time. But then suddenly you can't have chocolate. And someone decides to put in raisins. Well, they're not the same kind of cookie, obviously. They're close. But it's not the same thing at all. Not even close. There's a ginormous difference between chocolate chip cookies and raisin cookies. And it feels like the whiskey alternative stuff is trying to be an ingredient to a cookie that works, but it's just not the same. Not even close. Sorry to those who like raisin cookies. I don't mind them if they're done properly, but a lot of them are just kind of... I had a thing against raisin for the longest time when I was younger. Alaho beer waves in the fridge. They're a tad too hoppy for me. I'll hold my nose to drink them. There you go. Like the mocktail I made last night was not ideal. It was like it was supposed to be whiskey and Coke with a couple dashes of bitters. It just didn't work. I want to make sure I remember that for the future. I think it was... I picked one I knew I didn't really like anyway. It was the... Crud, which one was it? Lyres has been the winner so far. Lyres. So if you're interested in trying an alternative mocktail thing, I highly recommend that one. That's all I can really do. But as for... Look at any beers as swapping out ingredients to make the dish vegan. Yeah, there you go. Let's all go vegan. No, it's not. The one thing I have is that I can still eat meat pizzas and steaks and stuff. I'm still good with that. I can have, cream in my coffee. The little things. It's the little things. It doesn't help that there's a lot of other things going on in the world, which I am completely ignoring as best I can, but... Just little flashes every once in a while. That hasn't made me feel much better. We're just starting. So the simple thing I'm trying to do now is almost put this towards a midlife crisis. I'm not quite midlife yet, technically. But might as well have this issue now because if things go as I'd like, which there's no guarantee they will, I can get this car... And in 5 years, it will still count, because I will have maybe paid it off by then. Yay. If all of this works. We'll see. It's one of those things where I'm already over it. Like, I have to go deal with someone who's a car salesman and just... I don't have the patience for shitty people. Moreover, this whole, as I said earlier, meeting someone for the first time and then having to deal with them being the one who's going to help you out with picking out a car and paying for it for the next 5 years. It's just mind-boggling. But I almost prefer it that way because then it's done. It would be nice to have a person you knew and who you trusted and who was giving you good advice, rather than some schmuck 30 minutes away who already is giving me kind of ick vibes. Damn. Aircraft need to stop falling from the sky. I think it was the naked one, yeah. Yeah, it was. I thought about using the, was it clear? Something like that. Seasonal malaise if I don't get enough vitamin D. Yep. Yep. I go out enough, and I exercise frequently, so I'm doing all the good things. So I'm absolutely feeling better than I would if I didn't do those things. I went to physical therapy today. You know, I'm doing the good things, but this whole scenario in my head, like having to deal with this thing tomorrow is just, I forget which one it is. Oh, look out, Mama KillCo's here to try to cheer me up. I did buy Bessie on my own, kind of. I know you guys helped with the cost of that initially. That was when I was working so many years ago. Mama KillCo, you feeling rested now? I hope. I still don't know what to call my brother on here. Like bro KillCo? Brother KillCo? Kev KillCo? I mean... Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best, but he's already given me some kind of sketch vibes when I started talking about the fact that I want to trade in my car. And he's like, what shape's it in? I'm like, not great. He's like, oh, we'll look it over. I'm like, oh, you're going to bullshit me. Like, give me something here. It's got to be for parts. Like, they're going to either take some parts off the car or just scrap it outright because it's in that kind of shape. It runs, so there's that. I mean, they could spend the money and the time to get it all in working order again, but... they're not going to. I'll be amazed if they even consider that thought. With the transmission being all messed up. But I do know, if you check, let me do the quick thing here. Oh wait, can I try to? I don't feel like trying to get the browser to show up here, so I'll try to do it with my phone, which is easier. You don't remember having to do anything with purchase? You know what? I barely remember doing the purchase. I was a very easy sale because I saw the vehicle, I went into the place, we drove it around, and then I bought it or paid for it. I think I put like $1,000 down or something and spent years and years and years paying it off. It's pretty gross. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Let's look at the costs of this thing right now. And what's terrible is that there are cars, my Chevy Malibu 2007, are on the market still. Don't try to buy a car right now. Just don't. It's pretty awful. Well, have you tried that tea yet? Sugar Kitty. Every time I see Sugar Kitty, I'm like, oh yes, tea. I'm trying to find a good link here. Yeah, Zenboot, I'm still, that's the one that clicked. So I saw it and it looked interesting, and then I saw the rest of it, price, mileage, distance to getting it. It all just kind of clicked. And that, I don't want to say that happened with my first car, like with the Bessie itself. I just looked, and I was so like, you know, I still had serious depression issues. I had no like will to argue or just anything. I just kind of went there and signed the papers, and that was it. Yes, Mama KillCo, I'm going up to see it tomorrow. It is available. Whoop, that slipped. I'm sorry. There you go. Yes. Yes. Got to click on the words and then answer the question. Oof. So the price range of one of these is from $2,000 to $11,000 on the market right now. There's one listed for $5,995, $4,495 with like the $5,995 has 127K miles on it. That's just 10,000 less than mine. I'm going to go alone, Ma. I don't want to I'm going to be rather unpleasant in all likelihood to deal with. I'm going to cut the bullshit situation. I'm generally, as most of you know, very chill individual, but in this situation I need to sit the guy I'm talking to down and have a bit of a conversation about how this is going to go. because I really don't have the patience to deal with a car salesman at all. The fourth, weirdly enough, 2006 Chevrolet Malibu, $4,495, used 82K miles on it. That's not bad, actually. But again, it's a 2006 on that one, and it's still for sale, and it's still on the market, and it's still thousands of dollars. My situation with my car was twofold. It was 2008 when I purchased it, and the car had gotten 20,000 miles on it in 1 year. So it must have been just one owner or something else like that. And it was about $20,000 total. So I was in for the long haul with that one. There was no, like, this one is relatively cheap compared to what I did last time, which is good. That's what we're looking for. But that was my reasoning. It was like, it was a fairly new vehicle at the time. It had relatively low mileage on it, and I didn't know a damn thing about buying a car. So that made it real easy for the people who sold it to me. I just signed the papers, drove it around once. Obviously, I liked it enough to buy it. Because it was simple, it was like, I don't want to call it plain, but it was just a car. Go as El Gallo? Oh, yeah. That would be a trip for that guy. I'll bring the hat. Still have it somewhere. Positive news. Let's go with some positive news in my life. The wall across from me, which of course you cannot see, was painted up, and they even did the beam. You can't. Can I show you the beam? I don't know if the lighting's going to work. Let's look up. Look up. Huh. Huh. Way up there. That is a wooden beam. This is my padding. This is my cell. But I have one of those across from me, and no, we're too low. I have one of those across from me. Help. And it had some, like, it looked kind of gross because of some water incident that happened here 5 years ago now. 6 years ago? A while ago. So they painted that up too. It looks nice now. You've also been privy to the fact that I have a very high ceiling. It goes up quite a way. So with that, at least, I'm quick with the mute button nowadays. It looks good, is what I'm getting down to. It looks good. I had the wall cleared so they could do all this work. They had to use spray paint for that freaking beam, and it would smell so awful in here for like hours. I had to open the window in below freezing temperatures to kind of rinse the air out in this room and get that smell to go away. I could probably still smell it if I go over there. Same with the paint. Even though it's been a full, like, 2 days. So the positive news is that has been completed. That was a big thing to deal with for maintenance. Not huge, but enough to, like, someone else has to be in here. Ugh. Someone I don't know. Chill guy, though, thankfully. I believe his name is Brandon. And he got the job done. And they fixed some other things in my bathroom. It was mostly just caulking. Like, you know, that little sticky stuff that kind of fills in cracks and such. That's all they really needed to do, aside from the wall. And it's done. And now I have the glorious purpose of getting everything on that side of the room semi-organized. Everything has been moved into the center. I need to try to not only move it back in a different way, make it look a little more casual. I might do live streams over there, like chill live streams, just hanging out like this. Because the whiskey backdrop is a little off now. What do you do? Oh, well, I don't drink alcohol anymore. But we'll see. I have little plans in my head. See where that goes, since I do have a fairly large apartment building as far as up goes. But as far as the rest, I think some people would call this kind of small because my kitchen is directly next to me. And this area I'm in is technically This area is where I think people would watch TV because I have these overhead lights that dim and get brighter, dim and get brighter just by turning a knob. So I think this is supposed to be the entertainment area, and the other side is supposed to be the dining area, vaguely speaking. And beer is pretty good for a non-alcoholic thing. So there's another positive. I might even make a mocktail again, but I'm pretty damn sure I'm out of soda. So I have to use the flavored water, which failed. It doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like water with bubbles in it. So that might be something to do. But as far as tomorrow, the main thing is going to be me and the guy talking in private first. It's not going to... My mindset is I can't have them lead the conversation because that's not going to work for me. I need to be the one leading the conversation. And I'm going to give you a little backstory of what's going on in my life and be like, so here's my situation, and I want to make sure you understand this, where I'm coming from right now. I don't know if that'll garner any sympathy or what, but it'll be the truth, if nothing else. Oh yes, I have this. My little... Look at one of these. See these before? Ever wonder why they picked that as a cover? I've always wondered. This has some of my depressive writing in it. From way, way, way back. I almost feel like I shouldn't turn the pages. I'm reading. Yeah, that was pretty close at heart right there, actually. Want to hear it? You want to hear some of my bad poetry? It's not even poetry, it's just writing. Thumbs up for read it. Thumbs down for don't. You have 2 minutes. Get some old school Brian in here from the dark days. Mama KillCo knows the dark days. I was a very difficult young person. Oh yes, and there's a goal. If you want to chip in, help me out with the freaking car loan payment I'm going to be dredging around. Honestly can help you when the other person is receptive to understanding the situation. That's what I hope for. I just don't want to be dicked around. That's it. I don't want to talk to a car salesman. I want to talk to the person. That's what I'm going for. I know this is your job. I know you have a certain way of doing this. I do not care. Stop doing that. I don't want you to do that. Do not be a car salesman. I'm talking to the person who leaves this place every day and goes home to where they live. That person. Not someone who I feel like is going to screw me over as a car salesman. We got one thumb up from Kathy Huey. So far, that's all we need. Athletic Brewing First Ride, NA dark beer with coffee, a breakfast beer for a bike ride. There you go. There you go. That sounds great. This is one of those little things that's stupid and yet I like it. You ever have that little glance at, well, in my case on Windows, thing popped up along with every other god-awful news and bits of distracting garbage. It's hot chocolate day. So if you haven't had any hot chocolate yet, now's the time to do it. Carbonated beverages, yay. So seeing that this morning, I of course thought, oh, hell yeah. Hot chocolate, give me an excuse. So what I like to do, I don't know if everyone likes to do this, since it was morning, you're talking about before coffee thing, breakfast beer. I just made my own coffee as usual and then dumped in the hot cocoa mix and the marshmallows that go with it because I get the mega marshmallow type. So there's an entire packet that goes with it. That's just the mini marshmallows. It's glorious. And it made the start of the day okay, but I have clearly been depressed. I've barely eaten anything today. I had pizza. I had 2 big slices of pizza over there. Half the pizza, but it's, you know, a little frozen pizza thing, and it's thin crust, so. Ugh. No hot chocolate. Do it tomorrow. Go to a local cafe or something. Get a mocha, like I did. Just made my own. Usually I just have hot chocolate, honestly. Yeah, that was a nice little start to the day. But that was a little while. Oh, the eating. That's right. Yeah, I haven't been eating right today. I'm at 179.2 pounds. Yay. Did I mention I haven't been eating properly the last few days because I've just been so strung out and upset? It's an afterthought. It really is. I had a smoothie for lunch. I had I had that pizza for dinner. I probably should have another protein shake with 40 grams of protein in it because my body very likely needs that. Mom's eating cheesecake. Mom, don't tell me that. My nutritionist doesn't like it when I eat sugary things because much like you, I have a sugar problem. You get to have your treat every once in a while, of course. I have put moments in my head where it's like, if this happens, I'm going to have that. And one I do have that I've been avoiding on purpose is if I go to the local cafe, they have donuts there. But I will not buy them until after 3 p.m. because that's when they're half off. However, I make sure I don't go there after 3 p.m. so I don't have the urge to buy a donut. It's not easy. It's not easy being green. Sorry. I was living on the edge. All right, here we go. We're gonna read the depressing thing, and it's appropriate because I'm looking at all the bottles around me. I'm like, damn, this is a little too close right now. I may have to abridge it because it's tiny writing, and well, let's just say I didn't really think much about grammar. This is called Want. How many things do I want? What empty spaces do they fill? And why do I always want more? Hoarding all these useless items around me like a shield from reality. How many thousands of dollars surround me now? What priceless paper has gotten me all this? How many would want all these things? Such wonderful things that I won't let them take away. And I still want more. That's pretty good, right? Not too bad. I was depressed as hell. I don't even remember what I was writing about. I was probably just thinking about the fortunate situation I was in with my parents, and they pretty much gave me anything, right, Mom and Dad? We got that Nintendo when it first came out for Christmas. I remember. So yeah, all these things. What could they be? And unfortunately, they are kind of useless things right now. But I may be doing some giveaways again. I haven't done a whiskey raffle thing in a while. Part of that is just because I cannot access the area over yonder where I would pack up things. I also found out today, Zenbood, finding boxes that are, we'll just say bottled-ish shape, not as easy as you'd think. I went to Staples today hoping I'd find a box of that size for reasons. And nope. Not everywhere to find. I couldn't find it at all. They just weren't available at Staples, so I don't know where to look next. I guess I have to try to figure out some kind of... What kind of packaging store? I could buy some online. Like I buy a stack of those certain sizes, which I barely remember what shape that is. Like the dimensions. I'm not sure what it is. But it'd be so much easier just to go buy one. But unfortunately, I don't know where to go. Post office doesn't have them. What do you guys think? What would you do if you needed a box? Like, where would you go? And don't say Staples. That's not where. It's not there. I was thinking I mean, really, that's the first one that comes to mind, and it's the closest. That also helps. But when I think about buying shipping material, I draw a blank. I have an account with Uline. What is Uline? Is it drugs? Oh, and of course with the goal, if you help me get to it, I will take my medication. This is my medication. I'll start to feel a little better once I take it, I promise. Kathy Huey, explain. I don't know what Uline is. Do I have to look it up? Oh, and of course, it's also the last day of Self-Love Month, which I should be trying to do real hard right now. I'm not happy with myself or the situation I'm in, but I know I'm trying to do what I can. Doing all these gaming streams especially, very important. And I've been able to keep up with that. And I have gotten some new subscribers because of that. We're at, what, 949 subscribers right now? I'm almost glad we didn't get 950, because if we had, I'd feel obligated to do a live stream tonight for 950 subscribers. It would not be a good day to do it. I'd probably not do it. I'd probably wait. But hopefully we'll hit that number soon. And then we plow ahead towards 1,000. Yay. And I'm glad that people have been interested in the whole gaming aspect of this so far. And weirdly enough, they don't drink alcohol too. That's been exciting. It's like, oh, really? Oh. All right, cool. The weather today has been appropriate for my mood too. The sadness being the rain, and the fog being the fog of my mind, trying to get through all this utter nonsense. It's rough. See, I don't want to be depressed in front of you guys, but unfortunately, my reality here becomes your reality. But I appreciate you being here, helping me out and get through this. Just giving me your attention. Again, that's a big one I'm trying to keep in mind. Oh, shipping supplies and sales. I see. That'd be awesome. Again, I'm not sure the size. Hold on. I can give you a rough estimate here of what size it would be. Kathy Huey, once again, being amazing. If you really wanted to do it, like, you do not have to do a damn thing. Let's see. How long is this? I'm not showing you what it is because it's a surprise. Maybe 14 by 3 or 4. It's a small bottle. So no matter what, it's going to be kind of odd to find a box. Oh, geez. This is my tailor's tape, or tailor's measuring stuff. I don't remember why I have this. I think I found it at one point, and I've just kept it ever since. It's nice to have. You can measure stuff easily. I also have somewhere... Why am I looking over there? Oh, it's because it's there. I have remnants of my past, and it is the measuring tape I had when I worked at a packing store. So, of course, when you were at a packing store, you'd have to measure stuff all the time. So all of us had a measuring tape clipped onto our pants when we were working there. And I found it, which is awesome. I thought it, we thought it was gone for good. It's one of the few, like, tool-type things I've ever had in my life. And there he is. Simple. I don't remember how to actually stop it, though. Yeah, it might be broken. If it's supposed to stay, it's not really doing so. There we go. Now it's staying. Then you push the button, and you hope it doesn't hit your hand. Sorry, that probably is loud. I'm sorry. But it has my name on it and everything. See? Brian. Old school. And who knew I'd be packing and shipping things on the regular. Oh, there we go. I must have been... See, it's closing when it shouldn't. There we go. Oh, I see words. Why do I see words only one place? Big Bo, howdy. Y'all. I don't know why that's not showing up. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. We're talking about how depressed I am today. I mean, we're talking about new beginnings for me and my vehicle soon. Oh, that's obnoxious. Don't do that. There we go. Weird. Oh. Huh? Thanks. Hold on. Oh, Kathy, thank you. I don't know why the chat didn't move there. I started to see it happening on this screen. I'm like, why isn't I not seeing what's happening? VW prepared. Repaired. 949. What's 949? I think I told you what the cost was. It wasn't too bad. Big Bo, welcome. My voice just seems to drop like 3 octaves occasionally. Good God. I feel like I'm talking here at my normal tone, just saying hi, how's everyone doing? It's pretty cool to be, and then I just go to this. And I wonder, why don't I just talk like this all the time? It feels much better, but I don't think I'm as easily understood. You see what I'm doing? I'm just being lazy. The dulcet sounds of my voice come to you from afar. Ugh. Depression's rocked. Yeah. Depression. Sorry. It'll fade. It usually does, but I felt it hard today. Sugar Kitty. And Big Bo. Don't think you get in here scot-free. One for you, Big Bo. One for Sugar Kitty. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me your attention and spending time in my... I guess this is kind of a box for most of you, but you know. Whoa! Mama KillCo's sending me distracting things. Mama KillCo! Not while I'm streaming. That's my computer. I have my text messages go right to my computer. There's a chunky cat named Philly who's watching the stream with Mama KillCo. Philly likes the sound of my voice. That's all it is. She just likes hearing this. There's a possibility that my tone resonates with cats somehow. Oh, it's freaking rad. Big Bo, we're talking about my vehicle. My automobile is going, is done with the driving. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. I don't think about that because I just don't go to Irene's anymore. I can. I just don't. It doesn't feel great. Going to one of the most amazing whiskey locations in New England and just like hanging out and not drinking whiskey there. Just tasting it and spitting it out. Ooh. Woof. Glad to hear you're trying the tea, Ma. I still have my little teapot I got in Texas. I swear I'm going to make it someday. I have milk and sugar. I don't have any excuses other than it'll be a little tricky to make. That's it. That's it. Oh, my shoulders hurt so bad. Oh, I'm sorry, my pectorals hurt, technically. Woof. Yeah. It sucks. 17 years worth of automobile and me feeling sentimental and nostalgic about the whole thing, when really it's just a piece of metal with tires. Everything about it was just because I was the one driving it. Cliff, speak of the devil. Cliff Smith, welcome. Welcome, welcome. This is for you. Welcome. I see all those little hearts going. Thank you very much. Helping me cheer up. I don't know why that cheers me up. It's basically YouTube created a thing. You know, if you see Instagram and people, there's little bubbliness of hearts and smiley faces and all that during live streams. It's pretty wild. Cliff, we were just talking about boxes. I'm looking for a Oh, damn, where did I put my tape? Oh, here we go. This works. Basically one per bottle. Simplify. But it would have to be over 13, 14 inches. And then it doesn't have to be very big at all. Like 4 or 5. And that's it. You know. So 14 by 5 by 5. Something along those lines. Maybe a little... Either way, it's going to be packed up tight. So I would say smaller, but that's basically the main size I would need. Mama KillCo says hit the like button, everyone. Don't forget. Remember, Ma, you have to refresh. The like buttons don't always go while you're looking at it. Single bottle, yeah. Everyone just gave me the idea of, like, ask someone. I'm like, oh, yes, there are other people I can ask questions. Jesus. I almost went to buy a box at Staples, but they didn't have any of that size. And I'm completely out. December wiped me out for being able to have those sized boxes. I sent everything out. And I do have a couple. Like, I do have 1 or 2, but they're the wrong size. They're just the wrong size. They don't fit. So they must have been like squat bottles I got at some point. And the other thing, of course, is that I haven't been buying bottles. There is one that caught my attention recently. All right, Cliff, you keep me posted. We'll meet up somewhere. Maybe go to Working Man or something. I don't know. Again, I could meet at Irene's, but I don't. I feel pretty bad when I go there since I can't drink anything. All right, because I'm not going to drink anything. I always say can't, and I don't mean that. I can drink anything I want. But I am currently taking steps to have my liver recuperate. And until maybe another time. I haven't had one of those box insert things. You know, those like cardboard thingies that you just close up. But I don't have the box for it. And even though I have that, I don't think I'd want to put it in there. It's not quite the right size. It kind of it would jostle around. Don't do that, Brian. It would jostle around a bit in transit unless I packed it up real good, which I will do. It has a very long neck, which is unpleasant to look at as far as that thing being the immediate thing that would break. Sorry. Freaking hobgoblin next door is making noise. She is an evil woman. Yeah, I have. Well, I think I have one of those somewhere. I don't know, actually. But this is the cardboard one. Here. I gotta hide it because it's a surprise, but it's that one. See that? See this? Someone thought this was a good idea. But that's the size of the bottle. It's going to someone. I can't tell you more than that. It's a secret. Sorry, I need to put this away. That's the kind of thing I would do with that. I would like unroll it and snap it back over and over again because it was distracting. Okay, cool. Thank you, Cliff. Again, I have to remember there are people I can reach out to. Hey, quiet, no. About certain things like that. I don't think about that first. I just think about doing it myself. Because I'm like that. Ugh. But Cliff, as you may know, I think you've heard, my car is kind of kaput, so to speak. It still runs, but it's not going to run for long. It is technically not safe to drive. Narrow 375 mil. Skinny bottle of olive oil. Yeah, it gives that vibe, doesn't it? And there's a government warning on this. Oh no. Let's see. According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcohol beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. This is number 2. Consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause health problems. Yeah, we know. I am those health problems right now. Yeah, it's a 375. But it still looks really weird with that long freaking that piece of it that looks like you could just go, you know, it'd be done. Oh, geez, we got 5 minutes left. Again, thank you all for being here. You know, raising a glass to the possible memory of my car, which again, going up to a dealership tomorrow with the plan of take the car up there, trade it in, fill out the god-awful paperwork to go into further debt for 5 years or more. Thank you. I see that happening. I do see those. And then driving that said car back and being it. Just pulling off the Band-Aid real hard. Getting it over with. Also because that car could get bought by someone else, and it really kind of stuck as it is the car that I saw and went, I think that's the one. I got a freaking witch that lives next door with the cackling she does. Good God. I don't need that. Usually when I start hearing that, I start playing music rather loudly. But in this case, I might just play some games tonight. We may go live again. I'm not going to say for sure. I'm feeling pretty, my eyes are feeling pretty heavy right now. Like this part of my brain is just like pulling my head forward. But we'll see. Is everyone like the witch? The witch next door reference? Yeah, it's true. Put a wrap up to... Oh, yeah, I'm going to wrap that thing up with bubble wrap like crazy. I don't think I have much bubble wrap either. I have some, but not really enough. So if you have any more of that just lying around, do tell. I do have some bubble wrap that is... Technically, it's on something else right now. It's holding a bunch of sample vials I have. So a reminder, with everything that's happening right now, there will be future whiskey raffles again. Tell your friends, everyone who likes whiskey. I know a lot of you will be in and just like get it, you know, put in the tickets. And I know a lot of people who did or do watch the streams for whiskey all the time have not been doing so as much. But if I get the word out there that whiskey raffles are happening again, maybe other people will pop in. People like to gamble, you see. And again, all these bottles behind me, they're just sitting there. They are backdrop and nothing more. I even gave some whiskey to the young man who helped patch up the wall, and really liked it. Want to guess what it was? It was Redbreast. Okay, thank you, Cliff. We'll figure something out. I'm making plans to visit Working Man at some point with a friend, and maybe we could meet at Ironworks. I know it's in Rhode Island, so it's a little bit of a haul for you, but Ironworks is really good as far as like a decent whiskey selection and good food. Zenbu knows. He's been there. So good. It's really like the excuse is also like, let's go get good food somewhere at this place I know, right near the airport. Two words: truffle fries. Ho! Sugoi. So good. Well, at the very least, one thing I hope to have... Did we meet there once? I can't remember. My memory's garbage. We'll meet there again. Or somewhere else. There have been other places I wanted to try in the area. That's something I've thought about. Is just kind of the adventure of going to eat new places, but that costs money. So we'll see. I'll have a nice time sleeping tonight, if nothing else. There's, the pitter-patter of rain out there. I can hear it right now. So wish me luck. We'll say that. Wish me luck tomorrow. Trying to get this whole car situation figured out as quickly as possible. Yeah, we did. Okay. Yeah. I'll think of something else then. Where's another good place we can meet? I'm trying to think of some halfway point, but really, once you get like to the western part of Rhode Island, there's not much there, and then you get into Connecticut, and then there's not a lot there either. A lot of trees. But it's all good. We'll figure something out. I'll keep that in my mind while I'm driving tomorrow. I just hope I can get the car there. That'd be a trip. That'd be a real adventure. Can't even get the car to the place. But with that, I might be back later tonight. Do not guarantee anything. Maybe once I wake up a little more. We'll see. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you out there. Special thanks to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.